Okay, today we're going to talk about updates for CarrierFinder. This is November 14th, 2014. So the first thing we're going to talk about is some subtle changes that have been made to the system. And we're just going to do a test address here and take a look to see what we get. So the first thing we're going to see is, and this actually was implemented previously, that we now search for lit buildings and give an indication if there is a lit building. Okay, right up here, number one change, research request. You can now request pricing, which is basically going to be requesting a quote request, and you just fill out the information you need about the service. The site information is already filled out, and your contact info is already filled out. It's very simple to use. Fiber map request. This will allow us to do a manual fiber map request for you, and you simply will select the radius that you want your fiber map, and this will pull from just literally, I think, a couple hundred different carriers, municipalities, etc., that have fiber. Not everybody's in there. Some of the big carriers like CenturyLink and the Cablecos are not in there, but there's a lot of other ones. And again, all the information is filled out for you. Now, to keep in mind, this is an added value service for our subscription members of CarrierFinder, as well as our agents and customers of CTG3. We will do these on request if you plan on becoming a partner or customer in the future and you'd like to just test this out, but keep in mind this is a manual added value service, and we do choose to refuse requests at our discretion. Okay, next thing, we have telco name and parent name. So we're getting a little more specific on this. So the telco name comes directly from NECA, and this is a place where tariffs are stored and in very cryptic old formats. And what we've done is we have basically identified the parent companies and identified them with common names. So in this case, we see the telco name is Quest, the parent name is CenturyLink Quest. So it just makes it more obvious. As an example, up here you may have United Communications or something like that, and down here it might say CenturyLink Embark, because Embark was, or United was bought by Embark, and Embark was bought by CenturyLink. So just makes it much more obvious. Okay, the silly code. We can click on the silly code, and we now get this information has been updated and newly geocoded with more detail. So when we do show the CO on the map, it is much more accurate than it used to be. We also see the complete NPA and execs range. Another new thing is for carriers that we have silly-based data as far as what services are deployed in the CO, we will list the services down here. And we have services such as DSL, Metro Optical Ethernet, Wavelength Service, Ethernet over Copper, and the new GPON, Gigabit Passive Optical Network service that CenturyLink is offering with their Fiber Plus product. Right now, we have started with just the CenturyLink data because that's what we've always tracked the closest. And but we hope to add more carriers, RBOC, specifically RBOC data in the future, but we will also be considering some CLEC data as well. We now make it obvious when we have found fiber lit buildings, you'll see a green spinning icon when we found at least one match. And if you want to get details on either the exact match or the nearby matches, you just simply click on this link and we would see the map below and the actual data above. And in this case, we also do show specific technologies such as Fiber Plus with the technology behind it, the GPON. And then, of course, nearby lit buildings as well. Okay, last section is we have reworked our carrier information that pops up below. Keep in mind this is kind of like a radar, and it's not really saying for sure that all these are available, but it is saying that we identified at least one lit building in the zip code where this popped up. And so it's saying that we detected a presence by one of these companies. Doesn't mean they're always going to be there. But we do give a rating system, and it's not necessarily rating the carrier itself as far as one carrier versus another. A lot of it has to do, how do we view them as an agent for them? Because we factor in the fact, do they have agency? How good is the agency? What is their footprint? Is it national, regional? Do we have, just a lot of factors. So the rating system is based on our perspective of the carrier, not necessarily their performance or anything. The type of carrier that's shown, are they available for us to quote? So in this case, they're all coming up green, but there are times when there's going to be goofy cable cos and local telcos and such like that that will come up gray under that column. And we have almost 1,000 different carriers that potentially could pop up on this. So that's the reason why we definitely do not quote all of them. To request a quote, we have a link next to each one. You can either use that or the one up on top. And we have a Learn More tab now. So Learn More will take it you back to, in many cases, our company website, where we actually give a profile on each company, who our sales contacts are, the web links. In case of CenturyLink, we got all kinds of web links that come in handy for this carrier. And if you are logged on to our portal, you would see commissions. We have training videos and just all kinds of information. And you can actually get to the complete carrier guide on our site. That does pop up in another window, so you can flip back and forth between them. Some of them we don't build in to our website, so we may simply point it back to either the company's website, or in the case of Verizon, which is so hard to even figure out where their landline business services are on their web page, I just decided to pop it over to Wikipedia so you could read about it there. And because Verizon's kind of a strange company to follow. Another new carrier that we have added is BroadSky Networks. BroadSky is a satellite reseller. They also do LTE, wireless type services, but primarily we're looking at them for satellite. And they're going to pop up on every single query that we do, because they're basically available in 99% of the country. And as you're going to see here, the pricing is so simple. It's just well, you basically just need to know that it's $129.95 a month with a 15 meg download, 3-year term, 0 install. Right there, you basically have learned everything you need to know about how to price out BroadSky as a business continuity service, or a disaster recovery, or if you simply can't get anything else out to a particular site. Broad Sky Networks is a good company to do. And yes, we do pay commissions on those, and we are paid commissions on those. Okay, last update is when you choose to upgrade your account, we now have more options. We have a professional option. The difference between the professional and the premium is that the premium, you can add additional users at $10 per user and has access to batch uploads. Batch uploads and the lit building list. Okay, so that's premium. Professional is identical except for the fact that it does not allow additional users. So it's really kind of meant for that single person, that professional user who maybe do consulting, etc., or if your office just needs a single person to be able to access the tool. So it makes it much more affordable. Again, batch uploads not available. Batch qualifications and access to the lit building list is not available, but you can do as many queries as you want per month with no limits and drill into the lit building data after the search. Let me just explain. Lit building that is not available is this link, which allows you to just query a particular area for the lit buildings, and then the batch requests are right there, which allows you to upload many dozens, or I guess potentially hundreds of addresses at one time into the tool. So there you go. You've got the basic, which you're probably already at least, the professional, and the premium. There you go. That's all the updates I have for today, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day and happy selling, purchasing, consulting, whatever you're using this tool for. I hope you are successful.